Hi, this is Brad Dressler with Dressler Consulting. I want to take a few minutes and show you what not to do with the duct system. This is an artist rendering of a two-story house. It's going to cost the owners about $400,000 to build. You'd think they'd really want a top-notch heating system. I'd like to walk around now. This house is in the process of being roughed in. I'd like to show you what kind of duct system we've got going for us so far. As you can see, this is a post and beam construction. It's a little hard to see the ducts compared to the vapor barrier underneath, but if you look, you can see some black duct work here. This is flexible duct. This is a fine way to do duct systems, but I want you to notice how poorly this has been strapped up. I also want you to see this nightmare down the middle, where you can see all of the ducts are running clear from the back to the base can you can see in the back. So this is what we call a radial arm design, where all of the runs originate back at the furnace and then are all individual runs all the way out to where they go. Not only is this a lot of extra duct work, it's a very poor design. This has not been computer designed. This has simply been a quick layout by the contractor, and I wanted to show this system to you, and then I'm going to continue on with the rest of this presentation and show you some information about how a proper duct system should be done. This is, again, so important because no matter how much money you spend on the house or how much money you spend on the furnace, if the duct system looks like this, you're not going to be happy. So that's this part of the video. I'll be continuing on in just a second. I'd like you to take a look first at what a duct system should look like. This diagram illustrates a far superior duct system involving a main trunk line with flexible laterals. Note that each lateral is about the same length. This allows for even pressurization of the entire system. So what is the method for sizing ducts? Let's take a look at the next slide. Step 1 involves doing a heat loss and gain for the building. As we look at this chart, we will see room names down the far left side. We see each individual room in a particular house. As we go over under the red arrows, you will see that for each room we have calculated the heating and cooling requirement in BTUs against design temperature for that area. And further to the right, you will see columns with the suggested airflow for each individual room. This is a crucial step if you're going to get the duct system right. The first thing we have to know is, well, how much heating or cooling do we need in each room or zone? Not the whole building, each individual room. The next step then is to use those calculated heating and cooling BTU loads and the airflows to then design a duct system to fit this building. And if you look down the left, you'll see that the rooms now are listed more than one time in some cases because we need to have more than one run to that particular room. And as you look under the red arrow, with all the factors of velocity, the duct material, the friction rate, etc., all calculated in, we now get the correct diameter for the supply branches. Step 3 then is to now size the supply trunks that move the air from the furnace to each of those individual branch lines. Once again, taking into account the material used, the velocity we want to maintain, what are total cubic feet per minute to be moved through this duct. Through the process of modified equal friction, we then come up with the rectangular duct sizes for each of the individual trunks. Since this is primarily a closed system, although there could be some ventilation air entering in, the air that's supplied to the rooms must return to the furnace. And so the last part of the process of designing a duct system is to then calculate both the return branches and the return trunks, bringing the air back to the furnace, and around we go again. For more information on duct system design, equipment selection, heat loss and gain, and other topics of heating, ventilating, and air conditioning, please visit our website as you see in this slide. Thank you.